This episode of the FREE99 podcast is brought to you by 187 and the Purple Mix. Follow them on Instagram, ONEXATEXSE7en and the Purple Mix. That's THE.Purple Mix. Place your orders today.
Okay.
It's like spamming eggs with him.
Yeah, Katsu won. He's Katsu.
1 plus 6 was 4 equals 11.
Boom.
Illuminati. I know what that is.
111. Jan Wayne Swayze presents the FREE99 podcast. Be sure to follow us on SoundCloud, iTunes, YouTube, iHeart Radio, Spotify, Twitch, Instagram. Search FRE99 podcast. Shout out to all the sponsors. Shout out to all the listeners. Sponsors, real quick. I want to shout out 187.
187.
Shout out the Purple Mix. Jan's in the building. No Mike.
No
Mel's in the building.
I can fill you with real billionaire shit. Escargot, my cargo.
150 strictly.
Yeah! You see, I feel like I'm at home now! Oh my God.
I'm the good homie Gus Customer Service and special guest all the way from South Bronx.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Hey,
No doubt.
Chef Harold, Uncle Harold.
Yep.
Uncle Harold, toast up for Uncle Harold.
Uncle Harold.
Peace.
Love.
Peace.
He's Uncle Harold, but he's younger than everyone in here.
He is. But I look up to him though, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. It's you're a pioneer, doggy, and you know, like, you're so humble from when you stepped in, from when we first met you. It's super humble, and then
Up to the point where the champagne just came on.
Yeah. You'll
Still
catch that
humble,
on
man.
YouTube.
It was a humble laugh. I really appreciate that.
He
man.
elbowed me like, "Hey, look, check your boy right now."
Is this what y'all about?
Oh, y'all really trying to party right now?
I thought it was all slick too. Damn, man.
Good thing you got that North Face on.
Yeah. We'll see if it really works, North Face. Expect an email from me.
So, just like knowing about your history, you started off in McDonald's.
That's right. Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, most of us New York City kids, we don't really have any, work experience or any of that. And the only way we can really get into the game is fast food, right? So I asked my moms if I could get a pair of sneakers, and she laughed in my face and said, "Go get a job at McDonald's." And I said, "All right."
What year was this?
You remember what sneakers it was?
It was the foam posits, the blue pennies.
Ooh. Those are West Coast Timberlands because we use those for rain boots out here in the West.
Yeah, we use them out here for everything except for basketball.
Yeah. You don't want to break an ankle
I
in
see
a pair of
somebody
foams.
playing tennis in them. I was like, that's weird.
Yeah, those are low. Dude. You can't break your ankles.
Yeah, dog, those are sperm.
That's why they call them pennies, because you got like 1% coverage.
Sperm biz.
Yeah.
So the foam posits and I was like, you know what, I might as well just get into it. And then I started working at McDonald's, and I realized how much I enjoyed working in the restaurants.
Yeah.
And I just realized also how much money they were making. Like lunchtime over there on 34th Street, 8th Avenue was crazy.
Booming.
And you would see people from TGI Fridays, from the sneaker store, from the movie theater, like everybody from the whole areas, people that worked in Starbucks, they will come and eat McDonald's, and that's when I realized also the power of food,
Yeah.
And so I decided to start hustling. I started to like do a barter system. I was sneaking like a Big Mac or a Mac chicken in their bags from those people from the movie theaters and all that kind of stuff, and then I would go over there. And they would hook me up with like movie tickets and like
Smart.
and like
Hell yeah.
20% of Timberland boots or like sneakers. So I had the whole 34th Street. Like on my day off, I would get off the train. I would get free dozen Krispy Kreme donuts, warm,
Warm.
Auntie Anne's like pretzels.
Oh, you were really bartering.
Oh, I was really bartering. I was like, this is just me on my day off. I'm coming to my job
Because I'm hungry.
I'm going to my job to like use all of the, what I mean?
Yeah.
So I would go and then Starbucks, get a macchiato, iced frappuccino, whatever. That's all free. This is all just getting passed, you know what I'm saying? And then I would go, and then I would drop all that off to the McDonald's. I'd be like, yo, this for y'all. Boom, leave it with the homies. Then go to the movie theaters, get hooked up. Free tickets, free popcorn, free soda. Go to TGI Fridays after, have a dinner by myself, and that's my whole day. And I didn't pay for a goddamn thing.
He spent the whole day on 34th.
Thank you, Ronald.
I spent my whole day on 34th Street. and I didn't pay for goddamn thing except for my train ride.
Damn. And did you ever get those phone posits?
I did get the phone posits, and I ran them bitches down till they were fucking. They couldn't even. They were just talking now.
They weren't even metallic.
I just ran them motherfuckers down, man.
So when did your your run at McDonald's end? How did that end?
I got fired.
I love it.
So I came one day, and I'm swagging. No, it's just I'm working. I'm swagging. I'm talking mad shit, and I'm like, say what's up to everybody. The GM takes me to the office. He's like, yo, we've been watching you for a week. And you cost us like $5,000 worth of food.
Holy shit!
And you've been doing it for like months.
I've been doing it for months. I'm talking about months. So like, what are you talking about? Like, you see all your friends that came down one night?
one night.
I was giving out so everybody's getting Slurpee. It was crazy.
Oh man.
And then I was like, all right, cool. So I got fired. and then I went to work at White Castle down the block. And then that was an even worse hustle because the manager didn't care. And I just went ham. I used to come home. I used to come to the block with a 30-sack and a 30-pack burgers.
Yeah.
Chicken rings, fucking fries. And then we had a Church's Chicken next to it too, and in the facility.
Yeah.
So I would do fried chicken too. Bring buckets of chicken home. The whole block was loving
Hey, did
me,
you
man.
bag them up too? Like
Hell
weed?
yeah, bag them up crazy. Just come to the
That's
block.
crazy.
Drop it. Everybody's smoking outside, hanging out, and just drop it. Everybody's like, oh, just go crazy.
Fucking arrows! I have to ask because, like, I don't think I'd be allowed to work at a McDonald's. I would, motherfucker. You know what I mean? I'm not opposed to working. Money is money, right?
Right.
Have you ever made anything in the back of McDonald's that was like a secret menu, like your shit?
All the time, man. I'm 15 years old. I weighed 145 when I went in, and then when I left, I was like 200 solid.
Might speak Tagalog.
You know what I'm saying? So the other reason I got fired too is I was hooking up the security guards. That's the other reason why I was getting away with the shit too. So they would be getting like
It's like paying out the police, man. Good shit, man. You know, you watch your share of mom
attention.
movies. Yeah, exactly.
So instead of like getting a like a Big Mac sandwich, we get like a Big Mac sandwich with a double pounder meat in it. So it's like a massive sandwich like this, and their fries are always supersized. Remember when the supersized stuff before?
Yeah.
Yes.
So everything was supersized, drinks were supersized, and then they would get a little like Slurpee, like a little milkshake on the side. They was getting blessed. So,
damn, man. If they were eating that on the job, nothing was secure.
nothing was secure.
They got
Nothing
the
was
itis.
secure.
Yeah.
Everybody was sleeping.
I'd have done like a 3-patty fillet of fish.
You'd be like, fillet.
All the tartar sauce and a whole slice of cheese. You ain't giving me no half slice of cheese.
I'd make like a double quarter pounder with like hash browns for bread.
Ooh.
And they messed up till they put me in the breakfast one time, and I bought Spam with me, and I just lit that whole bitch up with Spam.
And Spam has that smell, right?
Yeah.
Spam has that distinctive smell. Like no matter anyone's house, you walk in like, oh, they frying Spam right now.
that's
He got that shit on the blacktop.
And you know, people don't know. People don't know about Filipinos. Like,
come on.
so I was the only Filipino in my neighborhood for like maybe forever. I don't know, man. When I came to the U.S.,
What they think you were? Puerto Rican?
Well, first of all, I was black and Chinese until I was 17.
Come on.
That's how I was bagging the females.
Shout out to Rush Hour.
But yeah. So nobody really knew what Filipino was, and I bought the Spam, and Spam is a just like corned beef, just like Vienna sausage. It's a hood meal.
You know what I mean?
That's a meal, right?
That's shelf life.
Yeah. So when they bought it, they're like, "Yo, you ghetto? Like, what is this?" So I was like, "Yeah," and then they bring rice. I'm like, "You eat rice in the morning?" And so it was just it was just a great environment working in those spaces and just being able to learn culture. Definitely, like most of my friends growing up were like Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, Haitians. So learning that culture and that side of the Caribbean, and the Caribbean and the Asian culture is basically the same.
Yeah.
They all just their love language is food, right?
Come on now.
They both throw in slippers.
Yeah, all day.
Chanclas, chanelas, doesn't matter.
I seen some slippers fly behind my head, but my friends getting smacked from deep.
Yo, they be like sharpshooters, man. They were KD before KD was in the Bronx.
Half court.
Seriously, from deep. Like, how did she hit you from there? But so I really, growing up in New York, really just gave me a lot of empathy, a lot of like consideration for other people, because just being around those type of people and just being able to be blessed and be loved by them through food was such an amazing feeling, So yeah, that's how I grew up in New York.
I mean, I feel, and I've like perused like your social media. It seems like you have a huge heart, right?
Yeah.
Come on now.
I'm assuming that while making all those trades and bartering and stuff, you probably like handed off some food to like the homeless just because
all day.
of stuff. Yeah,
all day. It's part of the narrative. Nobody should be going hungry in this country.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't make sense to me why we have a hunger problem. We have so much food to give.
Excessive amounts.
So much
excessive
food to give.
amounts.
We have supermarkets are primed always. Like you've never seen a supermarket where the red peppers or the green peppers are like down to like the last two. Right.
Right.
They're always stacked up,
right.
right?
Yeah.
So
Their bakeries, like
all the time.
Yeah,
And they just toss it. They just toss
and
shit.
just because of the connotation behind all of it. And I think and like being here in San Francisco with the homeless problem and all these mental issues that are here. This is like, I don't know, man. I think I'm meant to be here because my MO in New York is I did a lot of that social impact work.
Yeah.
I did a lot of work with my neighborhood and even being a chef downtown. I had all these students come down and like, teaching them how to hustle and like how to, if you don't go to college or like you don't like any of these things, there's a pathway for you to like, make a living for yourself, right?
Yeah.
And so, and obviously, all of the crackheads and all of the homeless people and all the type of stuff, at the end of the night, man, I'm always giving out food every time I leave my restaurants.
That's just dope.
That's amazing, man.
It's always been my MO, and my mom kind of taught me that. She was a nurse in the Bronx, so it's always been kind of our MO as a family to always give back. And so I right now being here in San Francisco and being able to like open this restaurant that's coming up and being able to have that kind of narrative of giving back, workforce programs, and having
Shout out to UP.
Yeah, exactly. United Players, Big Bro.
Shout out,
Rudy, and West Bay, and all these kind of programs that's been around for a long time, and being able to partner with them, and then being able to like really be in the heart of Soma, and the heart of like what was considered Filipino town for a long time.
It was.
History, right?
Yeah, right. And then just being able to be there. And being this type of this East Coast Filipino,
Come on.
and being able to like tap in with everybody here has been really such an amazing experience. And the Filipinos, I think overall, just be giving so much love. It don't matter where you come from, what kind of Filipino you are, they're just gonna give mad love because you just Filipino. You
Facts. It's that's just our nature, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like that's why a lot of like the workers, Filipinos, are kind of like sent out elsewhere.
Correct.
Nannies, right?
Yeah.
Filipinos who are the ones who raise y'all white children.
It's so funny. It's so true.
All across the world. So just speaking on Filipino, what year did you move here from the Philippines? Like how old were you?
I was 9 years old. I came in 1994.
Damn.
And we went straight to the South Bronx. And just imagine just me with a little luggage and looking up, just like, where, like the Bronx was still burning back then.
And you're like,
I had no idea what was happening. The first song I heard was Renee by Lost Boys.
oh damn, that's not a bad song.
Yeah, and so that's when I really fell in love with hip hop, and kind of fell in love with hip hop culture. It was like the golden age of hip hop too, right?
It was.
Yeah, and so I had to
East
really.
Coast.
He's so excited
so
that you
happy,
said
man.
that. He loves.
Yo, I grew up here, Daly City,
Right.
and my entire life as a youngin', I have had to like defend my love for East Coast music. It started off with like Tried by 12, then went to like Lyricist Lounge, Raucous, all of that shit. And people were like, why don't you just put on some E40? I'm like, why don't you just shut the fuck up? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think at that time too, I love E40, a lot of Too Short,
Yeah.
a lot of Mac Dre and all that.
Come
that's
on,
part of-
he's spinning right now.
That's part of the culture,
Yeah,
That's
spinning right now.
That's part of it. So you just gotta accept the fact that hip hop's worldwide now. It's just 50 years deep.
Yo, I just seen it on the Grammys. You watch that? That shit was wild.
That
dog.
shit is
a lot of
intense.
music been
Yeah.
put out, So, and I think right now too, my man Pilo is doing this thing as a Filipino rapper, which is. I met this motherfucker, right? I said, yo, I don't know who you are, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
All
but-
the energy in the world, though.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people here for you. Like we went to He invited me to come to a club with him down in San Jose, and I'm old, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, I'm not going to no club.
He's the youngest motherfucker here.
Yeah.
He's not that old,
how old
ladies.
did you have to stretch? I have to stretch before I go to the club. I was like, you know what I'm saying?
I had to get my nap in between.
Exactly, you know? I said, yo, I'm not going out at 12 o'clock at night to no club, bro. Like, that's late. He's like, just come through, pull up. So we went to a club down there. I forgot the name of it. And we pull up, right? And he got like a bodyguards, and I'm like, yo, who are you, son? I don't know.
Who is this little Filipino boy with gold
Filipino
teeth?
kid, yeah. He's like, come on, Harold, let's rock. And so we go in, and there's a sea of Asians.
Yeah.
I'm talking about a sea.
Like the Pacific,
it was like waves.
The Asian
They were just
Pacific.
waving, like, I don't know. It was like, I said, this for you?
Who's you?
Yeah, are you Bruno Mars?
You Bruno Mars.
Like,
Yeah, he just goes, you know, his face is like, I'm like, all right. So
Karaoke night.
So we hang out, and he's like doing his performance, and everybody just going crazy.
yeah, Pilo, I fucks with Pilo head.
He's that motherfucker, man.
And I said, yo, this is live. This is real for a Filipino cat to be able to, you know, have a following like this and be able to like really speak on the hip hop shit. I mean, I was like, oh, this
Rock a crowd too.
Yeah,
he
it
like
was cool, man.
he rocks the crowd. There's rappers out here that don't know, like, get your stage game up. Like
Right.
he rocks the crowd.
It's so much.
He knows how to talk to him for sure.
Yeah,
It was so much fun, man. And then from then on, you know, we've been friends. You know, it's been like what, 2 years now.
that's what's up, man.
Damn.
You been out here 2 years?
Give or
Back
take,
and
almost
forth?
back and forth. Yeah,
Where-
I'm saying I'm bi-coastal right now.
Come on. Where in the Philippines is your family from?
I'm from Iloilo City. Which
The
is,
Circle? Iloilo Circle?
No, it's in Visayas, so it's like more in the middle, and we're more of like a Chinese settlement. It's a lot of Chinese food. Like we're famous for like dumplings and like and soups and like bak choy. I don't know if you heard of that. So it's a port town, and it's a lot of
Not a bad town.
A lot of Asians, a lot of Chinese people there. They set up businesses there and stuff.
Yeah.
And my father grew up there. My mom's from Manila, and so they got together. My father was in the Merchant Marines.
As a cook, he was a
He
cook.
started as a cook, and then he ended up as a captain after like 25 years.
Wow.
So
Shout out to Pops, man.
he moved his way up. You
Hard
know,
worker.
And, and then my mom, she's just, you know, obviously she's a nurse.
We get it how we get it, folks. We get it how we get it.
I mean, I don't know what else she would have done with her life, but
She saved lives out here. She get you the gout medicine, y'all.
Before we go into like the new restaurant and everything, all your new endeavors, I wanted to ask you because outreach is like such a huge thing for you, and I was wondering like, is that
I'm outreach just looped. Shout out to 187.
word.
Shout out to the Purple Mix.
is that because of like was there somebody in your life other than your mom, or was it your mom that kind of like taught you that, and you just want to kind of like spread that love?
Yeah, I mean, you know, the OGs when I was younger, there was 3 things they gave me as a life lesson, you know, and you know, people don't do this anymore. Like the older cats don't really go back and turn around and talk to younger cats no more. You know what I'm saying? Like,
There's no OG on the block.
yeah, this is like you know, these like old school cats, you know. And you know, the 3 things that left me was, you know, always remember where you came from.
Come on.
You know, and always be a stand-up dude. And then, you know, always give back. You know, those are 3 things that they
Always remember where you came from.
otherwise you become a fucking asshole.
Come on, he's preaching right now.
So you know, they gave me those principles, and you know, I lived with those principles my whole life.
Yeah.
And I think it just kind of saved me, you know what I mean?
No, I feel that, man. It's like, just kind of, it's all about positivity and love, right? But it's easier said than done, you know?
Thanks, bro.
My man.
Usually, Harold, our chef, we usually play games out here.
Sure,
right?
man, I'm down.
And but instead of having games, I want to kind of have,
Yes, sir.
I want to give the audience a chance to get to know you.
It looks like sparkling Kool-Aid. If I never seen right.
Kool-Aid don't got me feeling like this. Though.
Come on.
Also, Kool-Aid just came on my face.
Yeah.
Anyway, so,
Oh yeah. Kool-Aid man.
all right. So I want the audience to
Sure, yeah.
get to know you. So we're gonna call this you can get with this.
You
or
can get with that.
Yeah.
All right. First one is sinigang or nilaga.
Oh man, sinigang, babe.
Gang gang, bitch.
It's gotta be sinigang. You know, salmon too. And it's gotta be salmon
Little
head.
salmon belly.
Ooh, yeah, salmon head.
salmon belly.
Hey, do you suck the eye out?
Of course.
I did that one just recently, like a fried fish. I was like, I was like, no one's here. Fuck it, I'll do it.
But it's fried though, so that wet part behind the thing
But there's like a little piece of like meat that's super like.
Well, the head itself has a lot of meat. The back of the head, the cheeks, the neck. You know, there's like a lot of meat there, man.
I feel it. That's why I love head. Though. Hey yo,
we live, folks.
we live. All right, next question.
Shout out to 187. Shout out to the Purple Mix.
Word.
Purple mixtape, Wu-Tang Clan. All right, burritos or tacos?
Tacos.
Ooh,
Tacos.
That's that East Coast
that's
shit.
the East Coast, yeah, for sure. All right, next one. Wu-Tang Clan or Tribe Called Quest?
Wu-Tang.
Oh, it's the illest.
Wu-Tang.
I feel it.
Tribe was too. They were too.
Hippie.
Yeah, they were too lyrical. I'm not lyrical. I'm talking
Lyrical miracle.
Yeah, they were just
There were no PM Dawn.
Yeah. I mean, Wu-Tang, man, you can play Wu-Tang 36 Chambers all the way through if you want to.
You can make that bitch 70, 72. Do the math.
All the chambers.
Yeah.
All the chambers.
That's twice. That's playing that twice, everyone. All right. The New York subway or BART?
I mean, I'm from New York, so I would say the New York subway, but I think the BART is a little bit more cleaner.
It is.
Really? Because I think BART's gross, dog.
Oh man, you haven't really rode the subway.
Yeah, I
then,
see some rats like chopping it up with like some of the folks on the train.
I do see rats on the train at the New York subway.
When if you see a homeless person with like a tarp, that's their apartment. You can't really get in there. They set up a tarp situation.
Yeah.
That's their
like, oh, look at you about to go to the next car. You're like, no, we got to turn this around.
This is his home.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the other cars.
I don't want to walk into what we may be seeing.
So those are the type of things you see.
All right, Coke or Pepsi?
I'm a Coca-Cola guy.
Come on.
I'll be honest with you. I don't know anybody who likes Pepsi other than Beyonce.
Yeah.
Well, she's getting paid by them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I would like Pepsi also with that kind of money. All right, electric toothbrush or a manual toothbrush?
Electric. I'm grown now. Electric.
Oh damn.
Oh, I got one.
Go.
A bidet or a thabo.
They ain't the same shit.
He ain't trying to reveal his finances, yo.
No lie. Whenever I use a thabo, like, I'm sorry if there's a water trail all behind the toilet. That's aim is bad. You know what I mean? That's
You're a big man too.
you know what I mean?
That's a long stream.
Reach around is, you know what I mean?
They made a
Reach
movie
around.
out of that shit called The River Runs Through It, man. Meryl Streep was in that bitch.
Yeah, I'm gonna slip when I stand up.
All right, New York Mexican food or Bay Area Mexican food?
Man, the Bay Area's got that shit.
That's what we got. We got some good ass Mexican food.
I went to East Oakland. Was it yesterday or a couple of days back with my homie? Took me to a spot. Shit was popping, yo.
Was it a truck or was it a spot?
There was a spot. It was meat paisa or some shit. It was in East Oakland on
Crazy.
like 42nd or something. And it was fucking lit. The only reason why I say that is because it took me 10 minutes to get out the motherfucking parking lot. Like, that shit was popping.
Oh, you might if it was over 20, I would have said you got caught in the side show.
Yeah.
I would have just ordered some motherfucking Mexican food.
Just have it DoorDash, just like bring it over. Like, is
Could
this
you
fresh?
deliver it to outside?
No, that shit was fire. Like, I'm getting to know more about Bay Area Mexican food more now. You know, I'm visiting East Oakland a lot more.
Yeah.
I want to really just like tap in for real. Like, you know, San Francisco food is great, and then they got the Asian shit down pat. But I think, you know how it is.
Yeah.
The techies took the soul out of the food sometimes. You feel me? And so I feel like you got to go out.
That's an outside opinion. That is also the inside opinion. Just want to let you know that.
I just feel like you got to go out there and look for it now, and I'm down for the adventure. You know, I'm down to like
The real ones survive that. Survive that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you really have to have a good audience
Yes.
to go past that.
Correct.
And then shout out to the ones that still do cash only though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Y'all
like
evading
those
taxes
extra hit.
for sure.
Those extra hit.
Yeah. Shout out to your tax person also.
Yeah.
All right. This one's gonna be difficult. Okay.
Okay.
Tupac or Biggie?
Oh, look at the shirt.
All day, Biggie all day. Thank you.
All right.
You hear that?
I'm not mad. I love Big though.
I love Big, too.
Big.
No, remember we
Puff killed him though.
Yeah, Puff did kill him. Just like should Anyways, that was the last episode, the conspiracy theory
Conspiracy,
one.
yeah.
And this one, I want to. This one is.
How many more you got?
Last one.
Okay, I have like 3 or 4.
Go. Okay, you want to go?
Yeah, go.
Okay. So this one, I want you to think about this. Okay. Being a student or being a teacher.
Being a student always.
Always.
I already
being a
knew
student.
it. I already knew that. That one's solid. That one's solid.
You always have to. You know, you cannot walk into a room thinking like you know everything.
Right.
Like, you know, and then the other thing I learned too is the loudest motherfucker is always the weakest one in the room. So
I better shut up.
no.
All right, that's it for me here, y'all.
It was real.
Nah, just how you scope a room out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Vibe check. Real talk, right?
Yeah. And you always gotta be a student of the game, man. Life is short, so you always gotta be learning. And you can't be a master of something if you're doing a million things, right? You gotta always gotta go one thing at a time. And so when I hear motherfuckers be talking about, oh, I got this going on, I got this going on, I'm like, yo, you made money from any of that?
Well, let me let you listen to my mixtape.
Do you have SoundCloud on your phone?
Yeah, download this app real quick. No, that's true though. I mean, what they say, like jack of all trades, master of none, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the oldest one, and I think people don't listen to that nowadays, man.
You an old soul, dog.
Yeah.
How do you youngest person here? For real though.
Yeah, am I the youngest?
Yeah.
Guess how old I am.
22.
Yes.
You hear
Times
that?
2.
Yeah, I'm 40. Yeah.
Oh, what's
How
up,
old are you,
man? 43.
Wow.
My knees are 65.
Yeah, no, real talk.
Don't look at it like it, though.
Yeah. This dude just got out of high school, right?
He was in barber college.
But he's never cut his own hair.
Yeah. I don't cut my own hair.
I only.
That's an artist.
A spam or corned beef?
Ooh, that's tough.
And
That's
you
tough.
can pick any grade. Like it could be the regular spam, tocino spam. It could be the ox and palm corned beef. It could be the Hormel joint.
Oh man, that's a hard one.
Whatever your thing is, because I feel like everyone uses spam, but no one knows how to utilize corned beef.
Listen,
Besides the polys to get down.
I'm a corned beef. I'm a corned beef.
Yeah.
guy.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm a corned beef guy because my dad was a fucking big corned beef guy. And my sister, my little sister, she used to make her a corned beef omelet when we were little. And I was like, then that's when I got really good at it because, you gotta make that shit crispy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so now when I go to diners, I don't eat nothing else but corned beef and fries when I go to diners and like
really?
set up egg.
Yeah.
That's how I can grade a diner if it's good or not. How they
You're
make
talking
the
about
corned beef.
like old school diners.
Old school diner. I'm talking about an old school diner.
We don't have much of those out here.
No, not even in New York too. They're dying out. I'm like a connoisseur of diners, bro. Like that's like my shit. Yeah.
Really? I can't fit in the booth half the time, but I love y'all.
I like to.
You're trying to squeeze it. You're like, I'll make it work. I'll make it work.
I'll take a counter seat, please.
Yeah. I'm like, no, you don't give me the booth. Give me a chair.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna sit at the end of this booth.
I will sit outside of the booth.
Us three are gonna be outside the whole
Two of
booth.
y'all will sit with me, right?
I need a fucking chair, dude.
See, I always go for the chicken fried steak, man.
Really?
Because it's not chicken.
Yeah.
That's all I got. Yeah.
And you can tell how good people's, chicken fried steak, corned beef. Some people make their own corned beef and chop it up.
Yeah.
And put it on the griddle. They got the ox and shit, or they do the can. Like,
Yeah. I guess like diners are kind of like a Midwest thing, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Or
So
like
when
an
I go-
Oregon shit.
So when I go to like small towns, hit a diner up quick.
Speaking of your sister's corned beef omelet, my dad used to make it like a torta. Ooh. So he'll put like the potatoes, onions, garlic, and then he'll fry it hard, but he'll take all the oil out, and then he'll just whip it up with hella eggs.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
nice.
So or he'll make a fried rice. If it was like lean and we had,
Love that.
you know what I mean?
That's
You got to
good.
feed more people. It's like, I'm gonna make this a fried rice, so I just stretch this bitch out for
Yo,
everyone.
I fucking put that shit on Bon Appetit, the corned beef, and Brad was like, "What the fuck is that?" I'm like, "Yo, you not from the hood, B. This is real life."
This is top shelf of the corned beef. Dog.
Real life.
It's like, golly, geez,
And I
what is
had to
that?
explain to him how to open it with the key. He's like, "How do you open that?" I said, "Yo, my man, this is the key."
Yo, don't break that key. Don't break that
Don't
shit.
break the keys. A rap for you after that.
Yeah.
I had homies who have that shit on their keychain because like one time we went camping and then we forgot all of them for some reason had no key.
Oh, no.
But one dude had it on his keychain. He was like, "Yeah, motherfucker," because I don't know how we gonna open this shit.
Saved it. You go
Just
caveman
run
in
it
that
over,
shit.
dog. Yeah, exactly.
Caveman.
Oh, yeah.
Motherfuckers trying to chop into the shit.
I tried to just put it over the fire till it pops up. Like popcorn.
Like champagne? Like
yeah, exactly. Like champagne till,
Oh man.
Bah.
till it embarrasses you in front of one of your guests on the podcast. Fuck, man.
What else did I have? Longanisa or tocino?
Longanisa. That's my shit.
Interesting.
Tapa or beefsteak?
Tapa.
Tapa's underrated, bro.
I think sometimes the
Like a
beefsteak
fried
gets
piece of
dry
beef.
sometimes too. You know.
See, I think my mom's really fucked my like perception on like tapa because she's like, oh, we got tapa. I'm like, oh, what? And then I go down and it's just like, it's almost like powdery because it's so dry. She like overcooks the shit out of it.
Yeah. You just gotta cook it nice, man. Nice, you know.
Be nice to it. Yeah,
Nice to it,
exactly.
dude. Yeah.
I'm alright with a little pink in my papa. You know what I mean?
Of course.
We're not back. We're not back in the motherland now. We can have shit
Yeah,
with a little
exactly.
pink.
Don't worry, it's grade A.
What was so? Actually, have you had Taqueria San Bruno?
Ooh,
I've heard it's on my list.
It's Michelin. Remember, Michelin rated,
recognized.
Oh, recognized. That's right. That's right.
That means that Michelin was drove by like I see y'all.
Just drop something.
Yeah, exactly. I see y'all.
Because there's no parking. We didn't get to eat it here, so we just kept it pushing. But yeah, that's you want to like get in touch with that Mexican. That one's good. That one's good. For La Taqueria, you probably fucked with that already. Yeah.
The no rice burritos, right?
The El Dorado where they grill that shit.
Oh, yeah.
You did that with cheese.
Yeah.
That's crazy. What'd you think of that? Was that the ube
really good, man.
ube cheesecake?
Good looking. What's that? This is purple mix.
Purple mix.
Yeah.
Purple mixtape.
So I'm sure you've cooked a ton of shit in your life.
He's a fucking chef, dog.
Yeah, exactly.
three continents, right? You cooking 3 continents?
Yeah.
Come on.
What's like your most your favorite thing?
Oh,
I love to cook like things that are slow and low,
Ooh.
and with a little bit of smoke. You know, so I love like
I lived it, but you.
I'm good.
I'm good, homie.
hard pass.
Yeah, like oxtails. You know, I like to smoke the oxtail and like
Do you smoke an oxtail?
yeah, smoke it first and then you throw it into the braise and let it cook down. Because you want to have that nice smoky flavor to it, and with all that allspice and you know a little bit of red wine, some tomato paste, vegetables and all that. You know.
So it's like a caldereta almost?
Almost, yeah. Cook it down for like 3 hours. You know what I'm saying?
What's the difference between caldereta and what was the discussion? Caldereta or not menudo? What's the other one? Caldereta or
I think that was it, menudo, because they're basically the same shit.
Yeah, one has more vowels on
Yeah. More has more like tomato. Yeah, something like that. There's the same cooking process. Yeah.
Machado. Yeah. Thank you, Jan. I was forgetting. I'm just always hungry. So
How do you feel about like the Filipino cuisine? I had a conversation with somebody, right? Shout out to E-Man. This is like a past weekend, and we were talking about. I'm not going to say no names. We were talking about a Filipino restaurant
Right.
that is. How do I say
that's shooting.
That's what
They're shooting right now.
They're shooting right now. All of the I've never been, but a lot of the reviews that I've read were not. They weren't positive. Yeah.
This is gonna be interesting because it's gonna be from a point of
But
view.
they're famous.
They known like
they're
their
known
name
because
is rolling. Their name is
it's
rolling.
elevated in a
And
sense.
No hate, you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
no hate at all. Yeah.
We're just having a conversation about it, and then
And so like I was talking about it and
he's gonna ass off air. Watch.
yeah, my boy E-Man was saying basically that it doesn't matter. Like what they're doing is important to the culture because it's kind of like putting it to the forefront, right? And I was thinking, and I've been mulling it over in my head, kind of coming into this interview, and I'm thinking like, I think he has a point because even one of my points was that like maybe Filipino cuisine just isn't one of those things that. It doesn't have to have the notoriety and be elevated. It can be kind of like a working man's food.
We're a third world country, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's like it's like not everything.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, does everything have to be elevated?
Yeah, I know where you're coming from because now we're talking about price points. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about.
Yeah.
Can you take your Lola there because she understands it? You know what I'm saying?
That's the
That's
one.
fucking spot
That's
on.
the one, though. Yeah.
So like from a chef's point of view, like how do you feel about that?
I mean, for me, me, I've never really tapped into Filipino cuisine until like 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And so I'm pretty new in the sense of like technique and
Mostly French, right, for you?
I've been doing French, been doing mostly everything else but Filipino food, which is super interesting.
Yeah.
But that's the dilemma that we're all the young chefs that are coming up are battling right now, because we're all been, number twos or executive chefs at restaurants.
Right.
And we've been cooking everybody else's food for such a long time. And then now we have an opportunity to cook our own food, but we want to be creative, right?
Right.
And the problem with Filipino food is, as you can tell here, some of it is there's one note. There's one color note.
Right.
Either purple or brown. To tell you the truth.
Yeah, basically.
You can get some green when you go to pinakbet or sinigang, but that's like deep. You gotta go dig deep.
Yeah.
You know? And so...
Shout out to 187, shout out to Bruno.
Yeah, word up.
Yeah. Yo, you killing all of these tones right now.
Yeah.
So, this is super creative, right? Like, there's the fried spam with the egg and the ube pandesal. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, right?
Right.
But can you feed this to your grandma?
Yeah, and the thing, you made an interesting point with price point, right?
My grandma would
It's
love that shit, actually.
Like, is it possible to be creative, create new dishes, and not have to like charge an arm and a leg for
Well,
it?
that's the this is where I'm excited, because the food that I'm going to be doing at the restaurant that we're going to open up is very much a cultural touch point to everybody.
Do you have a name yet?
Yeah, it's going to be my last name. It's going to be my franchise. It's going to be like my
Your flagship store?
Flagship store.
Come
yeah.
on.
Wow.
So it's my first. So I want to put my name behind it because, A, obviously I want to represent for my family, and then B, I want to showcase people that this name, my last name is Villarosa, which is a Spanish last name.
Yeah.
Right.
Has a lot of layers in between it, right? I'm from Iloilo City.
Parfait, bitches.
I'm from Iloilo City, which is mainly, Asian, but my father's side has a lot of Spanish influences.
Right.
My mom's side has a lot of Pampanga and all that kind of Manila shit.
Just like your last name.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so I want to showcase that in the sense where not only are we using the best products out there in the Bay Area,
Come on.
but we're using all of the offals, all of the nose to tail stuff,
Right.
all the stuff that people
No
want to
waste.
throw away.
Tutor to the tutor.
Nose to tail, all of the stuff that people would think that are only kept by the butchers, all the stuff that people don't even know that you can cook with, and we're gonna use those products. And the idea also is we're gonna go colonize the colonizers, right? We're gonna go the other way.
And we're making t-shirts of that shit. Change Harold on Instagram. We're selling t-shirts,
We're
bitch.
going the other way, We're gonna
Feel
use
it.
techniques from the French, the Italians, and we're gonna go over there and set up shop in their space,
Yeah.
and show them that Filipino food can be everywhere.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, because it's like when it comes to like French cuisine, right? It's always like the highly like looked at, right? And it's like it's dominated just because, and they kind of like look at it all hoity-toity, like point, like like looking down on everything else. But if you think about it, it's now kind of like the minority.
Correct. And it really just comes down to flavor.
Yeah.
People are more educated about food nowadays than usual because of obviously our phone and obviously TV shows and all these other things that
Shout out to Bon Appetit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and so for us, when we open this restaurant, we want to showcase Filipino food in a way that everybody can understand it. It's a bridge between obviously the white folks and everybody's going to be coming down in the area, but also we don't want to shun away our people, right?
Yeah.
Right.
We're gonna have a whole pig's head as part of our dishes. We're gonna do smoked turkey tails. We're gonna do
Straight poly.
Yeah, we're gonna do all this is gonna be this menu is gonna be incredible. One of the things that I'm doing too is a barbecued pork belly rib. So you can order the pork belly connected to the rib still.
Like the yempo with the bone?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you get the whole piece.
Google that, bitches. The yempo with motherfucker.
It's crazy because what I'm hearing right now is that your approach to the restaurant is exactly how you've been living your life.
Exactly.
It's outreach, right? It's like you're spreading your love, right? Which is basically like your culture, but you're spreading it out, right?
Yeah.
And you're not like going for anything like super sensational.
No.
No like crazy dishes.
No.
You're just doing you.
Yeah, well, I've been there before.
Come on.
I worked at 3 stars, 2 stars, 1 stars. It don't fucking matter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
McDonald's is a 3 stars, right?
McDonald's too. It don't matter. As if you don't have people sitting down eating your food, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't give a fuck if you if you went and cooked for if you cooked for the fucking Pope and he loved you the next day. I don't care, because at the end of the day, if nobody's sitting down paying for your food and you ain't paying your bills and you're not paying your staff, you ain't talking about nothing.
You're just talking.
Yeah, you're just talking.
Just talking.
Yeah. So that's the way we're looking at it, and we're coming to the community where we're gonna have community members working at the spot.
Yeah.
So you might see a person that did 40 years in San Quentin working in the back cooking, or serving you. Like, it don't matter. Like, all the colors and all that don't matter, because the only color that really matters is green.
Come on.
So that's the mentality we're kind of walking into this, and we're walking into a project that was bought by Brookfield. That was $1.5 billion. Like, they bought 5 buildings in Soma, and they have to get some kind of accountability, because you're pushing people out of their neighborhoods.
Yeah.
And so the only person that would keep them accountable is me. Like, no other chefs wanted this job because they couldn't handle the pressure.
But you came in like, hey, yo, no bullshit. Y'all need to make it right.
No, this is the only way. They called me in New York. I was in the barbershop getting my hair cut. I was in a Zoom call with like 7 executives from Brookfield. And I said, yo, I'm not doing this shit if you're not gonna do the right things with social impact and giving back to the community and making sure that we do the things right. And you're gonna give me less pay on the rent because we're in COVID times. And so they was like, yo, we can't say no to you. So that's what happened. And now I'm here in the Bay Area, really just following up on what we're talking about, because I'm not playing that. I don't ever do anything that I can't execute. So I'm here to do the work.
So you're like classically trained. You were like in fucking Nova, right?
Yeah, I was in Noma in Copenhagen.
Noma, yeah, you were fucking in Copenhagen, and you could have easily went that route,
right?
But instead, you came back for the people.
Yeah.
Did it take like that amount of like going through learning all of that stuff, seeing all like the assholes, to know that like, nah, this ain't for me?
Yeah, to tell you the truth, it was the chef at Noma that put me on.
Oh, is that a good thing or bad thing?
Yeah, it's a great thing.
Oh, hey, thank you, man. My bad.
Yeah.
Shit,
Shout out to you, motherfucker.
I completely read that wrong. I'm sorry.
His name is Rene Redzepi, and he's a Macedonian that grew up in Copenhagen, and he was a minority, and he went through the same thing that I'm going through now with all that. And so it was my last day. And he was like, yo, let's go to the boat. You had this boat outside of the restaurant where it was like they're doing all the experiments and stuff. And he was like, come sit down with me.
Test kitchen?
Yeah, test kitchen.
Yeah.
So for
on a boat?
On a boat. Yeah.
God damn, man. That sounds like a fever dream to me.
It's crazy, bro. So for 2 hours, he sat there and talked to me. He said, look, you shouldn't chase for the Michelin stars or any of that stuff. That's not you. Mm-hmm. You should go back to your neighborhood and give and let them know what you learned here, and teach them the ways of how we do it here. Because they ran the restaurant like it was a very homogenous, like very
cookie cutter.
Nah, it was on its own. It was own, like, own story. But people, we gave up our lives to work there.
Yeah.
3 months we didn't get paid.
What?
Nothing.
Really?
Yeah, it was like an apprenticeship, and we gave up our lives to be there. And they taught us a lot about cooking, but also a lot about people.
Yeah.
They taught us how to treat people, how to talk to people, and how to manage people.
A lot of kitchens are very military, right?
Yeah.
So there's definitely a pecking order for everyone that comes in. A story I heard is that you fired someone because they put bacon on top of the oven that was still cooking.
That was so crazy. It was such a crazy moment in my life, because I was such a young. That was my first chef job, and I was going balls to the wall. Like, I was one of these guys. If you met me then, you would have been like, "Oh, this guy's not a good, like." I wasn't a good dude, to tell you the truth. And that was like 15 years ago.
It was it was a growing part of your life. Yeah, you were growing.
It was part of the
Damn,
lessons.
you were like what, 22?
I was like 25. Yeah.
25, yeah.
So,
damn, we old. He's a young motherfucker. Right?
Yeah. So I was really going hard to the paint, and one person, she left the bacon on top of the oven, which was still hot, and the bacon kept cooking. And when bacon cooks in its fat, it swims in it,
Yeah.
And so I pulled that tray down, and the oil just splattered all up in my arm.
Ooh, fuck.
And it was like a 3rd-degree burn like this. It just bubbled like that. So, oh shit!
Like lechon when you put holes in it and you put that oil
oh
over
my God,
it.
you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. I said, yo, my man, what the fuck? And then I just popped it, bang, right there on the splat.
Bang.
Plastic wrapped it. Put the ointment, wrapped it, boom, went back to work. But
Saran wrap, right?
yeah, but it was just crazy, at that point. But it's really, when he spoke to me at that time, I then realized that my calling was that.
Yeah.
I wasn't supposed to be this Michelin starred type of person. I'm supposed to just create what a restaurant's supposed to be.
Were you kind of like going in that direction?
Oh yeah, bro. I was hardcore to the paint.
And you were like kind of being an asshole?
Yeah, I was really like, I wanted to be a Michelin star. I want the stripes.
Yeah.
I want all of it.
Who doesn't though, right?
Yeah.
Who doesn't? You know what I mean?
Well, I was working in those spaces. You're the only brown motherfucker in the joint.
Yeah.
You'll never get that head.
Come on.
Yeah.
So I wanted to like get in there and show them that even though I'm brown, whatever,
that you're a fucking killer.
I can do it.
Yeah.
I can do it. And I wanted to show that to the next generation, but I burnt out, man. I worked at Per Se, which was a 3-star Michelin restaurant for Thomas Keller. I worked at a 2-star. I worked at a 1-star. We got a New York Times 4-star review. I've done it all. But I was burnt out. I was so burnt out that I decided to go work at a brunch spot that was doing fried chicken, and just hid myself there for 2 years.
You married to your job, huh?
Yeah, I was like, I can't do this no more.
Yeah.
So I just started frying chicken.
Where was the brunch spot at?
It's called Jacob's Pickles on the Upper West Side, and it was a multi-million-dollar chicken spot.
Damn.
And we were just
Not
thousands of colors.
Jollibee, huh? Not Jollibee.
Way more than Jollibee, son. This was I've never so many. I had 10 guys in the line. That's how much chicken we were frying.
10 guys on the line?
10 dudes on the line. I had to keep feeding them Coca-Cola and Red Bulls just to get the. I was spending hundreds of dollars on Red Bulls and Coca-Cola just
to keep the team in it.
Keep them I'm like a.
Man, if
I
that was
like
McDonald's, you could have just fucking bartered for us.
Yeah, but it was just a different time then, but now I'm a bit older now, and I've learned my lessons, and I've gone through people walking out on me, people cursing me out, all type of stuff. I've seen it all
In the middle of service,
all
and shit.
of it, man. Especially in New York, is the NBA, right? It's the majors. If you don't do if you don't do the right thing with this one plate, your whole night's done. You mean you're
finished.
you're looked upon as one plate. This one plate, you have to stand behind every plate that you gets put out, every single plate. So it was the majors, and so I've gone through that, and I think now just being here in the Bay Area and being in California and being in this space is way better for me.
More breathing room.
Exactly, yeah.
More breathing room,
right?
Mentally, for sure, yeah.
If you can make, if you were gonna make dinner for your family, let's say parents, grandparents,
right?
What in her household, because there's generations in one house. This is how we get down. What's one thing you will cook them?
The one thing
Filipino or not, it's just
right. For me, no one can fuck with me about roasting a chicken, bro.
Roasting a chicken.
Spatchcock? You spatchcock?
Nah, I don't need no spatchcocking, baby.
Yeah, that is the smoothest way anyone's ever said fuck spatchcock.
You tie it up, you truss it with butcher twine. You put butter in between the breast, you little thyme leaves
in between the skin and the meat. Yeah,
thyme leaves on top, salt and pepper, lemons and aromatics in the cavity. Super simple. It's all about the timing, man. It's all about the time.
And you got that shit down pat.
Ask anybody in this fucking world that fuck with my chicken that my shit's always juicy every time.
Yo.
You'd be like, 4 chickens.
I'm impressed, but I'm also scared. Though. I'm yo, for real. I'm all right.
What was the one food that did your grandmother cook for you a lot?
Yeah, my grandma used to cook for me when I was little a lot before she passed.
What was your thing? When you it was your birthday and she's gonna cook your favorite thing.
Oh, kare kare for sure.
Yo, me too. I knew. See, yo, Biggie and kare kare, yo.
Kare kare for sure.
Yeah.
Kare kare for sure. You know what I'm saying? with the bagong on the side. You know what I mean?
Heaping spoonfuls of
You know what I
bagong.
mean? People don't understand the flavor profile, man.
Pink or brown bagong, it don't matter, bro. Bring it on.
Give me the alamang.
We got that's one thing about the West Coast. We got options when it comes to that shit, right? When I said when I told you about that, hey, there's hella Filipinos out here. You were like, hell, there are too many. You know what I mean? Not in like
this is
disrespect, but he was like, yo, no, we're everywhere, dog, and it's
Everywhere,
And then like it transfers over to where it's easier. Our food is more accessible as far as like shit that we eat, like home shit. You know what I mean?
I eat a lot of Filipino food here.
Come on.
And then when I go to New York, I eat Caribbean food.
Yo.
It's a very weird dynamic.
Oxtail both dishes up.
And I come to California and like I just gotta load up. I just load up on it, man. Like every day, I'm just eating Filipino food. There's so many different options. And people cook their shit so different sometimes. You know, adobo is different from this spot. Well, this other spot, I just ate a Superstar too. Got some of that fried chicken.
Yo, what'd you think about Superstar?
Yeah, come on, son. That shit is lit.
With the pineapple, though? Don't ask for the extra garlic, though. That shit wrecked my stomach.
Yeah, their rice. What's the dude's name? Jeff. Yeah, shout out to Jeff. Yeah, Jeff is the dude that runs the front. That spot's been there forever. There was when I first started going there, it was $1.50 a meal.
Damn.
Right? You remember, Jen? It was like $2, $1.50 a meal. Like only time it leveled up, it was a Hong Kong style pork chop. Then it was like $3.
Yeah.
So we go there with like a 20 and be like, I'm buying all block food.
Yeah.
Everyone's getting pork chops. Yeah. Jen, you got any questions?
I got one actually, real quick.
Go ahead.
All right. I don't know if you probably been asked this, but you're on death row.
Yeah.
Get your last meal.
Yeah.
What is it?
All right. There's gonna be one whole suckling pig, just the skin.
Just the skin?
Just the skin.
Yo!
Just the skin.
We got any dipping sauces?
Yes, of course. Mang Tomas, suka, and then maybe the 10-quart thing of rice.
Yeah.
Yeah, like just regular white rice. And then maybe 3 to 4 bottles of Coca-Cola. And then
Fuck diet on this day. If it's death row, I'm drinking all the sugar.
if I'm gonna die, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
only
die.
thing dies here is you.
I'm gonna beat the chair to it.
I'm dying, bro. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. And then just like a tub of like caramel ice cream.
Ooh.
And then that's the way I'm going out. And no utensils.
Ooh.
Look, Ma, all hands.
What about you, Gus? What's your death row meal?
Death row meal would be my grandmother's menudo, with the raisins and liver. Even though when I was a kid, I would to pick it out. I used to complain, but my aunt makes it exactly like my grandma. So every Christmas is like she brings my grandma back with that plate, and I'll eat that. And like I won't even eat it on Christmas. I'll just take it and eat the next day with like fried egg.
Yo, I thought you were like being complicated. Like they bring you over like a hologram of your grandma and shit.
Like Tupac.
Yeah, I'm hella scared and shit.
Hey, you look fat.
Man, don't tell us about last meal. What about you, Jan?
Jan.
I'm gonna have to go with.
You should just ask for all the lactose. That way you just be like shit on all
cheese.
shit on all
Philly
those
cheese
prison
steak.
guards, dog.
You just sit in the toilet and just eat that shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like, got you, motherfucker. I ain't leaving this toilet, dog.
Throw my man in the diaper. It's a wrap.
You're like cream cheese, cheese cream.
I want a lox and bagel. What else you want? Oh, dog, all that shit.
All unpasteurized. What is it?
Cheese ravioli.
No, I was gonna say corned beef omelet. That's like
Corned beef omelet is underrated.
Yo, I wouldn't be
corned
surprised
beef
if
omelet.
Chef Harold showed up and cooked it for you.
chef.
Yeah, he's like just like my sister asked.
Leftover shit, my dad would put that in a pandesal and be or like a regular white bread sandwich with mayonnaise and ketchup. Ooh.
I'm familiar with that sandwich.
We did a sandwich off before, me and Ramel, and I made like a corned beef sandwich.
Yeah.
And it won with cucumbers though. You know what I mean? Got a little freshened up a little bit. It was like Filipino poor boy like bun me.
I had a prosciutto, fig jam, and a brie on brioche.
That sounds good.
And he had it on some fancy bread. Was it like
Yeah,
a cheesecloth?
though. That's mad fancy.
I know, but then I didn't read the room because it was like shout out to Mona. I was like, this corned beef good. I was like, fuck.
You always gotta read the room.
Yeah, I was like, shit, just use salami.
Over brie and fig.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, oh, this is
It's like a charcuterie board like sandwich. Straight up. You should have put crackers to make it like crisp.
exactly sprinkled in and shit.
Here's some grapes in your bitch.
My death row meal would be
Death row meal.
Korean barbecue buffet, and I wouldn't fucking finish.
You'll die.
I just keep
You're gonna
feeding
die.
you and feeding you.
You're gonna die.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, see if you take me out, if I take myself out.
You said suckling pig, just the skin.
Just the skin.
Rice, monk de mas.
And sauces.
That's pretty fucking.
That's
a pretty fucking good answer.
You know what I would do if I had that? When I thought about that, I would just cut the skin and then put rice and make like little sushi rolls out of that.
I'm doing all type of shit.
Yo, he like making different things. Oh, I see what you're doing. So you're making different types, giving it to the person guard, and then you're sneaking out. I see you, dog.
You make a burrito out of like the skin.
I wear the skin as a cape.
And then you make one into a ship.
You're gonna put the pig head on your shit like Neomar.
Wilding out.
But like, he doesn't need to be on death row. Send him to the psych ward.
Damn. What are some favorite Filipino spots you visited out here? That are like, oh, I gotta go back there. If you don't want to shout them out, it's fine. I'm just
I just
curious.
don't remember the names. Half Moon Bay, I went to a spot called Carolanga or something like that.
Filipino spot?
Yeah.
Carligan?
Yeah.
Carligan. Carlagan.
Yeah, whatever that shit is.
There's one in Half Moon Bay?
Well, that's where I ordered. That's where I was at, and I ordered. I think there's here in Daly City.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, they brought it out to you?
Yeah, they drove it.
Yo!
Those were like 30 minutes.
Shout out to DoorDash, yo!
Shout out to Harold's
Yeah.
budget.
Yo, for
That shit
real.
was deep. That shit was deep.
Yeah.
I needed some kare kare, bro. I was like, yeah, I need that shit in my life.
Extra bugong.
I don't order anything from San Francisco on DoorDash at like $35. I'm like, I'm good, bro.
Damn. That was the
Yeah.
ticket.
Yeah, it was good. And then
Carlagan. I fuck with Carlagan.
Yeah, me
yeah.
too.
And then I'll go to other places. I just don't remember.
Have you had Philam yet?
Yeah, I have Philam.
What do you think of Philam?
It's cool. It's cool, yeah.
Oh,
Look at you.
I love Philam.
Yeah, he loves Philam. He's basically
do.
sponsored by them.
No, I wish I was. 'Cause I wish I was. I did have a question. We asked Instagram. Someone wanted to know your favorite burger spot in New York, your favorite pizza spot in New York, and your favorite Filipino food in New York.
Oh, okay, yeah. My favorite burger spot in New York would be a Smash Burger. It's on the Lower East Side. They just opened up maybe 2 years ago.
Okay.
Damn.
What do you get?
Super simple. They just do smash with some onions and
Grilled? Raw.
Yeah, grilled with their sauce. Just like that, bro. It's like what?
It's like exactly like
$6?
What the fuck?
It's gone. It's gone. Boom.
bodied.
Give me another one.
Put him up.
Keep my tab open.
And for pizza, there's a lot of new pizza spots in New York, but for me, I go to the OG Joe's on 14th. And then I also go to, if I'm in Williamsburg and I feel a little hipster, I go to Best Pizza in Williamsburg.
Oh, I think I seen that on the show.
Yeah, that pizza's really good. Like, he's a really cool guy, but his pizza's fucking, that's pretty good.
You ever had that cold cheese pizza?
Which one?
There's like a spot they had. I don't know if it's in New York, but it's like a cold cheese pizza.
I'm chill. I'm off that. I'm not eating that. No
Cold rice
cheese.
only, boy.
Yeah. My drink's cold, but this drink's kind of warm. I'm sorry.
And then the Filipino spot in New York, I go to the OG. I mean, look, my friends used to have Maharlika and Jeepney. Those were my spots to go to before they closed.
Yeah.
But, go to Purple Yam, go to Cabecera in Lower East Side, go to Boys Go, go to Sosarap, go to my boys at Tito Papas and Breakers in Williamsburg. I just try to support our
Filipinos is like a lightweight bubbling in New York, huh?
Yeah, well, during the pandemic, we created this group called the Barcada.
Word.
And it was like all of us young Filipino cats that were, most of them were mixed, huh? Most of these Filipino cats are mixed.
Yeah.
And they're not like full Filipino. I was like maybe one or the other couple more people were like full Filipino. And so
Manny Pacquiao in that bitch.
and we're trying to find our tribe, because during that time everybody was like, BLM and all this kind of stuff.
Right.
No, I feel that.
And so everybody was like, man, what about the Filipinos? Like, where was that? So we created this group, and then during the pandemic, it fucking blew up. We did a street fair in the middle of the pandemic, I remember. And it was like 300 motherfuckers on the Lower East Side. We had the whole block shut down. And the police was like, "Yo, nobody's wearing fucking masks here."
No one's wearing masks, and everyone's wearing slippers.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody put their fucking mask on. On the bullhorn and everything. Put your fucking mask on.
Motherfuckers karaoke outside.
Everybody's karaoke. It's like a block, the skewers and shit. There's like mad. There's
Electric
the
slide.
full of
Damn.
profit I've ever seen in my life. And I said, "What is happening here?" And it just blew. And then now, that group, they do, projects with in Brooklyn. They do projects with in Miami. Sosa Rap became such a big brand. Now they're in the Philippines. Now they're, it's like the young boys are really coming out. And some of these New York Filipinos are really putting a stamp in the game. And I think. And if you want to blow, the New York's where it's at. You know what I'm saying? So I'm proud of everybody that's doing that, and I think I'm gonna bring them out here when this restaurant opens up, and we'll really connect, the bridge between the East Coast and the West Coast, and stop beefing with.
I know, for real though.
Yeah, for real.
That shit gets so old.
Yeah.
What's your expected launch date?
Yeah, we're breaking ground in about a couple months.
Okay.
So we're gonna be done with construction by the end of the year. And so next year, January maybe. And the best part about living in California is it's not like New York where you can't open a restaurant during the wintertime. Like here, you can open
It's
it.
always nice.
It's fucking nice all the goddamn time.
Yeah, it's always
so open it whenever the fuck you want to.
Shorts weather almost all year long.
Yeah, that's the best part about it. Like I could open a restaurant in January and it's cool. And nobody's tripping over it. So
Yeah.
So yeah. Probably January next year, and we'll have two spaces. One is Villarosa, which is the restaurant itself, and then there's Boutique Diba. It's a bakery in the front.
Yo.
And we're gonna have rotating bakers, like female bakers.
Come on.
Coming through, like Tarts by Faye is gonna be the first one.
Oh, Monica.
Yeah, Monica.
She's dope, dude.
Yeah, she's super cool. And Harissa Bakery, Harina Bakery with Alex, and then tarts by not tarts, Celeste. She do like the sweet tarts. I forgot her name. Yeah, but she's gonna be part of the rotation, and we'll rotate it out every 3 months. And we wanna showcase women bakers, Filipino bakers.
Come on.
And we just want to have that kind of, a place for them just to showcase their work.
We got some shit.
So
Yeah, we do.
Especially, this Purple Mix people, like, I want to hit them up too, and have them come through and be part of it. You know what I mean?
Let's do it.
Yeah. So
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Man,
This shit was hella fun.
It's respectful. It's respectful to call you chef.
Come on.
You're younger than me, but the amount of respect I have for you, I'll call you Kuya. Because fuck, man, it's just there's a lot of people who kind of talk that talk.
right.
They say they want to do a lot for other people, but yet actions don't really match. You talk that shit and you walk that shit, and it shows. And you've been through your struggles. You've seen the asshole who you could become.
Yeah.
And you said you don't want no part of that. Go give me back the White Castle. Give me back that bartering shit.
Forever the student.
Yeah, make everybody happy, but do it in the right way.
It's the only way, I think. And it's also, it's a reflection of your life too. You feel me?
Yeah,
Would you want 1,000 people at your funeral? Or you want just one? So. From what I learned is
One lich one.
only the skin.
what I learned is, once you die, the only people that love you will miss you, right? So
Right.
You just gotta live life the right way, and I think most of us need to do it the right way because there's a lot of ugly people out there.
For real.
The world could get nasty.
I've thought about this too. At my funeral, right, or at my viewing, I want to have a bodyguard. And then for some people who just random people, I want to tell them that they can't get in. and then let them back in. I'm just fucking with you.
You talking about like a bouncer?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You're not on the guest list.
So I'll be like, yeah. So Marvel try to come in, yo, I'm trying to pay respects to one of my closest homies. Be like, yo, he didn't want you here. I'd be like, what? He'd be like, I'm just kidding. Come on in. That's
That'd
me.
be some dickhead shit.
Because that's me. You know what I'm saying? The jokester.
Jan, you got any other questions?
man.
I wanted to give a shout out to my wife.
Shout out to L.
Shout out to
Thank you,
L.
for introducing us.
It's one of my favorite letters.
Yeah.
Thank you, Harold, for coming on the show. Oh, I wanted to ask you about this quote that I heard you say. which was coming from an interview that I saw. It's don't attach yourself to the fruits of your actions.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Say it again, Jam, one more time.
Don't attach yourself to the fruits of your actions.
Yeah. I think, anything you do in life, work, relationships, I think you just don't attach yourself to the outcomes. You just got to do the right things and follow true to what you feel is right, and whatever happens at the end, because I feel like a lot of people attach themselves too much to what ifs or what's next.
Yeah.
If you live by the present and you live in this moment and you live just to live, you'll be able to have a longer life, I feel, and also you'll have less stress in your life. Worrying about bills and all that, that's fine, but when it comes to what's next for your career, just always just jump 2 feet in it. If it doesn't work out, then you move on to the next thing, but you never attach yourself to it, so that's how I've been living. And that's why, I got on Bon Appetit, I got on Food Network, and all this, because, what's the worst thing they could say is no.
Right.
And so, that's the way I've been living it. So,
Shoot or shoot.
No lie, I feel like you've been told no a lot.
Yeah.
And people only now see where you're now getting the yeses.
Yeah.
Like, people never see, like you said, the no's or getting shot down or
Right.
then that night in the kitchen where you want to be like, fuck this. I don't need this shit. But the fact that you stuck through it, you know what I mean? Like, your dad was a cook, right? Family cook, and then coming from a military background. And the how the kitchen is how the kitchen is structured. I remember working at a all it was a club, but it was like exclusive members. It was what's it called, like a
members only club?
Yeah, like whatever, like exactly like that.
And the jackets.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they I remember being in their kitchen because like they'd have buffet on Thursdays, and then after Thursday when everyone's done eating, then you could go eat, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'd go in there and just seeing the how everyone else on the higher top is kind of chilling, other people are cleaning, and like all the busboys are cleaning, like the dishwasher getting down. It's like, and how the chef would just kind of shit on people. And you probably see that, and then they make it personal. Right, because they like it's very military. Like I have family that's been in the kitchens, and they be like you said, they be like the few brown ones in that line up from like just being a dishwasher. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they moving the numbers though, right? But they never get the title.
Never, and that's the problem too. Like I feel like us Filipinos, we've always just been number 2 or something, just running a spot, and you never want to put our face out there. Never want to put who's
Cause any waves.
Yeah, you want no problems.
We don't want to fuck up our check.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, straight up.
Because sometimes you gotta send that shit back to the PI. You know what I'm saying? So
come on.
And so I feel like with what's happening now in the culture and what's happening with the food game, I think there's platforms.
Yeah.
There's platforms.
Yeah.
You just gotta step up. If you want it or not. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta just step up and that's what I've been kind of my narrative with this restaurant is, even though it's my name and all that, like this is not my restaurant. Like I'm already here. I've already done the fucking TV shows. I've already got paid to do this. I got the licensing deals already. I've done this. I've done that. It's done already. I'm past all that. This is yours now. If you want to be successful in life, make your mistakes here.
Create the opportunity for yourself.
Make the mistakes here. Do it on my dime. Make your mistakes here, Learn how to run a fucking restaurant. Learn how to be a business person, because a restaurant is a business.
Right.
It's not just fucking creatives and all that stuff. It's a business. If you don't know how to run your numbers right, you don't know how to do your P&Ls, and you don't know how to talk to your landlord nicely, you ain't gonna have a business left over. So, I would, that's what I would rather do is set up for the next one and turn the restaurant to a school basically, and just have motherfuckers run through it. Stay a year, learn how to do this, go to the next one, boom, 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 and then
fucking inspired right now.
I know, for real, dude.
I cook I'm basic as fuck, but you know what I mean. I'm hella inspired right now, dog. Like it's amazing that it's so easy for you to leave home, and then this is so foreign to you, right? But but at the same time, it feels so familiar at the same time.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You're all the way across the country here, and then you've been there, like you said, on and off for about 2 years, and the way you're moving, and then the people that you're aligning yourself up with, it's dope to me, and I'm seeing. I'm fucking inspired, and I'm truly appreciative for you taking time, because it's not easy just to, you know what I mean, just to come up, like you really just met like a day ago, if I want to say it like that. But
shout out to Uncle Tito's, by the way.
Yeah, shout out to Uncle Tito's second birthday, because and for L for making the connection. But I feel like I've known you my whole life, dog. You know what I mean, on some real shit, like, because how you're spin right now, it's taken it to a different level, because you are not even home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You ain't even home, and how you're speaking about our people. You know what I mean? This shit's sick, dog.
Because we all go through the same shit, right, in life. And I think there's always a touch point where you can connect with people.
Yeah.
And food is the denominator.
Come on.
Yeah. And so, I like I said, I'm just trying to live my life the best way I know how. And I think, us as a people, as a culture, gotta stop the crab mentality bullshit. You gotta stop like trying to one up each other. There's no need,
That crab is so prominent, though, right? It's so prominent.
Yeah. And then shout out to like the first Michelin star Filipino restaurant, Kasama in Chicago. Those are the homies. Like, we linked up way before they even got popping.
In Chicago?
In Chicago.
I never heard of that. I looked at that.
They're the first Filipino restaurant that has a Michelin star in the U.S. And, I'm going to Orlando on Friday to go chill with my man in Orlando to go, put some light in his restaurant. Like, he don't got to pay me. Like, I'm just doing it just because of the strength. You feel me? Because that's my man and shit. You feel me? Mm-hmm. And so, we're going to go have a good time. And then, like these type of things, I do it just because I wanna build the culture up. I'm not bigger than nobody. I'm a regular motherfucker, right? Mm-hmm. I bleed the same way you bleed, right? So why can't we do it together? Why can't we charge up this hill together? And instead of like, not looking back and pulling each other up, why don't we do it? And I want to be an example. And like you said, I don't want to keep talking about it. You just got to do it, And I think that's the only way as a culture we can survive. And as a culture, we can really, grow.
Yeah, two things for my final words, too. Number one, I think your blood is probably more delicious than mine.
Januka one all day.
So I throw that out there.
One. Oh, my God.
I'm very particular about who makes that.
Number two, kind of going off of what Gus said, right? I'm thinking there are two different types of chefs. There's one that will make the struggle for you. And there's the other that will show you how to overcome the struggle.
Yeah.
And it is a fucking pleasure. I'm humbled to meet the chef that teaches you how to overcome.
No doubt. Somebody did it for me.
Yeah.
On my rap, like I can say, I'm very humbled. I'm very appreciative, and just know you always got a platform here. Whatever it is, you know what I mean? Like, it's love, because you really came up on the strength, and I appreciate that. It's always all love. Jan, you got some? Jan said it.
Jan said it, yeah.
Chaz, the mic's yours. Cheers.
Love. Appreciate you, man.
Also, I know you know Pilo, but if you want me to rap for you, I could do that shit too.
only if you grade it. You gotta have scorecards. We gotta have a grade. This is episode
164.
164 FREE99 podcast.
No doubt. Be actually in the building, baby.
Shout out to Chef, man.
Biggie all day.
The Purple Mix 187.